Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break.
Girls are here to be sexy for me. Throw it back on a nigga. And that's why you're gonna drop that ass for a nigga, because you were put here to drop that ass for a nigga.
Can a nigga live? Can a nigga live? Please.
Nigga, please. Serious.
What's good? What's good, y'all? Hit that like button for me. How's everybody doing this morning? This afternoon? Appreciate y'all coming out. A lot of racism happening lately in the world. We got to talk about a couple of things, man. Got a couple of black stories we got to get through today, man. A lot of racially insensitive things have been happening lately. Really amazing what's going on out here in the world, man. It's 2027. I thought we were done with these kinds of things. Got racist teachers in the New York City teachers Zoom call meeting going on some type of tirade. Got Gavin Newsom out there trying to be dumb like the black people. And then you got this BAFTA thing, which is hilarious in itself. We're going to talk about the BAFTA thing a lot. You know, like a lot of other stories, it isn't even the thing, it's the reaction to the thing. But the thing is kind of funny. No bullshit. The thing is kind of funny. Lots to talk about today, y'all. Lots to get through today. Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Join the membership. Welcome to the church, y'all. Got to get these numbers back up to our former greatness, man. If you can, do me a favor, share the video. Got to let everybody know the church is back in business, man. With that being said, y'all, we're going to get to this in a minute, man. Appreciate y'all coming out. Hit that like button, man. Yeah, there's definitely a lot happening right now, man. There's a nice little just a convergence of racial matters over the last couple of days. I think it's kind of hilarious that all these things are popping up right now. Like I said, we're gonna get to the BAFTA thing in a minute. But I saw something earlier. Now I'm trying to dig it up. I got all these bookmarks opened up, but I'm trying to dig up this clip I found earlier of the NYC teacher scandal. So apparently there was a Zoom call, a group meeting or something like that, a group chat. And I don't know, it was like maybe it was a hot mic moment. She didn't know her mic was unmuted. And she said some really fly things. I mean, she was getting very descriptive about the blacks and the black students or whatever. And you know, the reaction to it is actually hilarious again, because all the people on the call were like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But and she didn't even like, I don't think she dropped the N-bomb or anything like that. She just started flying off the cuff. It was yeah, it was definitely a moment. It was definitely a moment. So I mean, she's a teacher in NYC, so it's almost impossible to fire those people. They have, I think, what they call like the rubber room program for teachers there, where like you just have to show up to some office every day, punch your clock for 8 hours, and you get your paycheck. Like, I swear to God, this is a whole thing. It was like a scandal when it hit the news, when they were talking about the problem of teachers or whatever. And that, especially in a place like NYC, because the teachers unions are incredibly powerful and they've built in like an ironclad contract. You you can really, like, a teacher has to basically punch a student in the mouth or something a little bit like extra egregious to really get fired from the NYC public schools. But this is about the worst punishment I think they have for teachers, is to basically show up to the romper room thing or whatever they call it every day. It's like adult daycare for teachers that they don't want to actually put back into the school system for whatever reason. But yeah, lots of things are happening today. So much drama, man. I tell you, the last, I don't know, 72 hours, it's gotten really interesting being Black. I gotta tell you, man, a lot of racial matters have came to the forefront recently, man.
On Friday. He delivers lessons and helps us fit those skills into our
Black
lessons.
schools that like they're
This helps
they're
us
just
become
they're
productive,
too dumb to know they're in a bad school.
independent in our class.
I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a Black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They're just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
Students on Friday. He delivers lessons and helps us fit those skills into our
Black
lessons.
schools that like
This helps
they're
us
just
become
they're
productive,
too dumb to know they're in a bad school.
independent in our class.
I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a Black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They're just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
Mic drop.
Okay. I'm sorry, sweetie. Go ahead, baby.
Serious.
Okay. I'm sorry, sweetie. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
We have me and many other students with our classes and with basketball. Students on Friday. He delivers lessons and helps us fit those skills into our lessons.
Black schools that like
This helps
they're
us
just
become
they're
productive,
too dumb to know they're in a bad school.
independent in our class.
I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a Black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They're just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
Liberal white women, y'all. And actually, you know, her name is Friedman. That's interesting. Maybe not that white. Maybe not as white as I thought. But yeah, whoo, it's getting pretty rough. Getting pretty rough, man. I gotta tell you, it's I don't know how a person could defend that one. Like, as your lawyer, you're gonna have a hard time with that case. I gotta tell you, she yeah. Gonna have to have a long conversation in the HR department. All right. I don't know what look, because she's a teacher in New York City, and like I said, it's damn near impossible to fire those people. She might be able to just coast out and still get a paycheck, but they'll never put her in a room with Black people ever again. But yeah. Funny stuff, man. Funny stuff. And then, you know, as bad as that is, technically she's some nobody. Really wouldn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things, you know? But here's the problem. Here's the deal. You got Gavin Newsom the other day trying to really identify with the Blacks, and he's been getting roasted like crazy ever since, man. Never go full Newsom, y'all. Whatever you do, never go full Newsom. There's no coming back.
Who's the blackest governor in these United States, y'all?
Who's the piece of shit who destroyed California, y'all? Has sex with Harvey Weinstein, y'all. Damn right. Who's the blackest governor in?
Yeah, man. It's the internet is extremely undefeated. The internet is the most undefeated thing since the flu. And we're not even done yet. The internet never sleeps, you guys. Just know that. The internet never sleeps. No days off, no breaks.
You know, I'm basically one of you. I mean, I got a terrible credit score. Sometimes when I go to Red Lobster, I get up and leave without paying. You hear that fire alarm beep? Me neither. I like to talk loud in movie theaters. Love me some fried chicken. You know what I'm saying, brother? I got many baby daddies. I mean, baby mamas. I got many baby mamas. I just fought at a Waffle House last week, bruh. We hanging out at the barbershop every day, son. No cap. I keeps it real up in this biatch. You know, I'm basically...
Shout out to Gavin. He's the realest nigga in Democrat politics. Gavin Newsom might be the blackest man on the Democrat ticket right now. Name a nigga running for high office black as Gavin Newsom, y'all. My nigga Newsom. Just like me, for real.
You know, I'm basically one of you. I mean, I got a terrible credit score. Sometimes when I go to Red Lobster, I get up and leave without paying. You hear that fire alarm beep? Me neither. I like to talk loud in movie theaters. Love me some fried chicken. You know what I'm saying, brother? I got many baby daddies. I mean, baby mamas. I got many baby mamas. I just fought at a Waffle House last week, bruh. We hanging out at the barbershop every day, son. No cap. I keeps it real up in this biatch. You know, I'm basically one of you.
California Governor Gavin Newsom, furiously trying out new characters as he runs for president in 2028, was speaking to a crowd of black voters in Georgia. So we have a rich white guy here, career politician, speaking to a crowd of black voters in the South. You have to listen to how Gavin Newsom chose to attempt to bond with this audience. Here's cut 2.
I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy. and, you know, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, you know, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in.
Folks, this is about the most racist thing you could possibly say. Gavin Newsom telling a group of black voters in a slow, condescending voice, speaking to them like they're children. Hey, I am as dumb as you are. Please like me. Now, if this were a Republican, the news media would be calling it the end of their career. But for a Democrat telling black voters, hey, I know you're dumb, so let me pretend to be as dumb as you are. Newsom, by the way, is claiming he was simply referring to his dyslexia. Folks, prepare yourself. Newsom's dyslexia is going to be the new Biden stutter. When the person says something dumb or racist, just blame it on that. It's the Biden playbook all over again. California.
I have a question, y'all. I have a question. This is just, you know, don't attack me. It's just theoretically throwing this out there, right? So because Gavin Newsom has a disability, a disorder, does he get a pass? Like the guy with Tourette's at the thing the other day when he yelled out the N-word, he has a condition. So maybe he gets a pass, right? Because Gavin Newsom has a condition. Can Gavin Newsom drop the N-bomb and get away with it? Do you think the Democrats will give Gavin an N-word pass? I think it's possible. I think the Democrats will be forced to give Gavin Newsom the N-word pass. He's going to make him do it. Gavin's going to fuck up and drop an N-bomb on purpose, and he's going to be forced. The Democrats are going to be like, well, it's Gavin. He's cooler. Watch. And you know what? This is true about him kind of playing dumb for the blacks. Look at this. Let me show you something here.
I'm like you. I'm no better than you. You know, I'm like you. I'm no better than you. You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy. And, you know, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, you know, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in.
He said, I am dumb and illiterate, just like you niggas. I just can't get over the fact of it all. Like, he really got on stage next to a black guy and is like, hey, listen, man, I see you a good-looking black guy over there, and I just want you to know I'm just as dumb as you, bro. I can barely read myself, nigga. Yo, this is the best time ever to be in politics. Oh my God. And then get this, when he's in front of white people, though.
You've written a hell of a book, and I don't say that lightly. I went through it in a quick hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And trust me, I don't read very fast, but it reads at an unbelievable pace. It's so well written. And of course, it's so familiar because I felt a little bit adjacent to so much of the subject matter, but it's 18 chapters. It's an impressive piece of work, 263 or so pages.
So when he's in front of the black people, you know, I can barely read like these niggas over here. Am I right? Am I right? Isn't reading hard, nigga? You know what I'm talking about over there, Jamal. Jamal knows what I'm talking about. Reading is fucking hard, right? But then when he's in front of two white people, it's like, I read the hell out of your book. I read that book I read your book like it was the Bible. I was reading that shit in the dark. I didn't even need lights on. I can just see the words on the page. Like the words on the page came alive to me. All of a sudden, when he's in front of white people, he loves the hell out of books. But when he's in front of black people, it's like, I can barely read. I can barely read. Jamal knows what that's like, right? Jamal knows what I'm talking about. I can barely read. I was supposed to read a speech tonight. I was like, fuck that. I'm just going to talk to Jamal. But when he's in front of white people, though, I read the hell out of your book. It's amazing. I'm telling you, it's an amazing time. You got to pay attention, man. If you weren't paying attention, you just might miss it. It is an amazing time to be all watching racial politics right now. Shout out to Bluff City with the 5-ball. Gavin can say this in front of blacks, but the orange man's Truth Social post was more offensive. What a joke. I know, and you know the thing is, Trump didn't even make the meme with the whole monkey thing. That was like somebody else's AI thing they made. It wound up as like a repost, a retweet, retruth, whatever they called it. But people just get so offended on the one hand, and then on the other hand, it's like, no. Gavin's cool though. Gavin's totally chill though. It's all right. It's cool when Gavin does it. You know, I'm just trying to understand the rules. You know what I mean?
I'm no better than you. You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy.
I'm no better than you. I got low SAT scores just like you. I can't read just like you. That phrase, I'm no better than you. There's so many ways to unpack that, Doc, but I digress. The mic is yours.
I thought he was going in a humanistic direction. I thought he was going to say, I'm just like you. I was born of a woman. I'm just like you. I'm going to die just like you.
Got him. I thought he was going to say some good shit. I thought he was gonna say something us blacks could get behind.
SAT scores just like you. I can't read just like you. That phrase, I'm no better than you. There's so many ways to unpack that, Doc, but I digress. The mic is yours.
I thought he was going in a humanistic direction. I thought he was going to say, I'm just like you. I was born of a woman. I'm just like you. I'm going to die just like you. I'm just like you. I got to deal with the death of loved ones. But no, he didn't go in that humanistic direction. When he thinks of black people, he thinks of lower SAT. Now, see, we see that in the Trump administration, too.
Yep.
That's what DEI and the vicious attack on DEI was. It's the low SAT. That's one of the core pillars of white supremacy. We are less beautiful.
Now, look how goofy these Democrat people are, right? Gavin Newsom called you dumb, and you want to talk about Trump. What does Trump have to do with any of this right now? Why can't Trump be on his own with this? Like, Trump got his own problems. He just did the whole monkey thing. He got off that one clean. Like, why are you trying to drag Trump back into this? Let Gavin hold his own L, bro. Why are you trying to pass the L to Trump?
Now, see, we see that in the Trump administration, too.
Yep.
That's what DEI and the vicious attack on DEI was. It's the low SAT. That's one of the core pillars of white supremacy. We are less beautiful, we're less moral, and we're less intelligent. Don't play with us like that.
Hey, man. Speaking of Roland Martin, y'all, I see y'all put Roland Martin up in the chat. Let's talk about Roland.
Whatever I see.
Let's see what Roland has to say. I didn't even know this was on until you just made me think about it.
A social media clip, something that everybody's commenting on. One of the first things I do is play it again. Then play it again to ensure I heard what I said. And then I want to hear the context of what was being said. So when I saw this clip about a comment that California Governor Gavin Newsom made during a fireside chat with the mayor of Atlanta, I went, what did he say? And I'll play it again. Well, that clip, oh my God, he is facing massive criticism. After telling an audience, and see, here's the problem. Here's the problem. The assumption is that because he was in Atlanta and because he was sitting with Mayor Andre Dickens, it's a black audience.
Who was it?
Everybody keeps saying that. Reporters and producers and people on social media say he was telling a black audience in Atlanta that he's just like them because he scored low on the SAT and he can't read. That's the assumption people made. So we're going to play the clip. Here you go.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. and I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. This may be the wrong business to be in.
Okay.
Clean that up for me, Roland.
Play it again, and I want y'all to listen.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just
Roland, we heard this a bunch of times. Come on now. I need you to clean this up for me, brother. Come on, Roland. Tell me how this is all right. Make me feel good, Roland.
Okay. Play it again.
Again? Really? Again? I feel like you're stalling for time.
Folks been losing their minds. A whole bunch of black folks been posting stuff. How dare he? I scored this on my SAT. I scored this on my SAT. They were just going on and on and on. It was going crazy. And again, everybody, if you look at the response, oh my God, how did he was talking? He was talking to a black room. It was a room filled with black people because he was in Atlanta. Because he was in Atlanta. And again, a lot of people, white people, black people, jumping to conclusions. But here's the deal: Mark Lamont Hill, he posted some video on his social media. Let me play it for you. This is what Mark posted. These are people in line to see Gavin Newsom. This is his book tour. I just want y'all to look at the audience. It's gonna play. It's gonna play again. I just want y'all to look at the audience. Look at the audience. Okay, I'm gonna play. This is a video on the inside. This is not a soul power audience I'm looking at.
No, Roland, he comes to Atlanta to, look good for white people. Everybody goes to Atlanta for the white people, right? That's what you do. When you're in politics and you want to reach out to the white people, you go to fucking Atlanta.
Okay. All right. Now, here's the deal. It wasn't a black audience. So if you are a social media person or a media person and you immediately jump to the conclusion that because Gavin Newsom was in Atlanta, can I help y'all out? Atlanta is not 100% black.
Hello.
Atlanta is not.
Atlanta is the black capital of America. All things black center around Atlanta for like the last 15 years, maybe even longer.
50% black. In fact, because of the population shift to outer counties, Atlanta's actually no longer majority black. There are white people in Atlanta. But this is the problem with
no longer majority black. When did that happen? Under Biden? I bet you it happened under Biden.
Immediately. So they just automatically assume, oh, black audience, Newsom made a comment, he was talking to black people. Now, if you actually dissect what he says, what he was saying was, I am no better than anybody else here. I didn't do a 1600 on my SAT. I'm dyslexic. I remind people that was a storyline in the Cosby Show. Bill Cosby's actual son, Ennis, was dyslexic, and that became a thing on the Cosby Show. Theo Huxtable talked about dyslexia. So here's the piece. So when he says, I'm just like everybody else, he wasn't being demeaning, saying, guess what? I'm dumb just like y'all dumb.
This is pretty much what it sounded like to me. I don't know. When the casual listener here, I can't read, I'm dyslexic, And then listen, I have other parts. I have other clips where he's, hanging out with the brothers, talking about how rough he had it growing up. All I used to eat was mac and cheese and shit because my mom worked a lot, trying to identify with the black struggle. No, Roland, no. To the uninitiated, you might be able to get away with this, but you and I are both initiated, aren't we?
I can't read like y'all can't read. The problem, all these people who are responding, and I've seen, oh my God, black folks, progressive, white folks, even some on the right. Now, the crazy thing is, I've seen some white conservatives go, that's not what Newsom said. See people say, man, I disagree with Newsom on everything, but that's not what he said. Y'all, nuance matters. So if you listen to what he says, he's using an example by saying, listen, I'm not some hoity-toity, A student. I didn't kill it. He's like, I'm a regular person. That's literally what he was saying.
Yeah, everybody knows Gavin Newsom is a real nigga. He eat cheese and mayonnaise sandwiches just like everybody else, right? Come on, man. Gavin is a real G. That's what they used to call him in the streets growing up. Real G Newsom.
But this is what happens though. So the mistake is for people to automatically assume he was talking to a room full of black people. So I'll just give an example. Imagine if I was giving a speech in Des Moines, Iowa, and I have the NAACP Freedom Fund dinner. So let's say I gave a speech and someone says, oh my God, did you hear what Roland Martin said to that nearly all white audience? Well, if you never see the audience, they know pictures or video, then you don't actually know who I was talking to. Context matters. If you heard me make some comments about black men, oh my God, did you hear what Roland Martin said about black men? Was I talking to a room full of black men? Was I talking to a room full of black women? The reality is when people speak, you are also tailoring messaging to the room.
I really do love the amount of work he's putting in right now. And just highlighting the kind of lack of general good faith he'd be giving somebody like Trump for making those comments. Because do I even have to say it? Like, yo, imagine if Donald Trump was to say these kinds of things. Like, come on now. Where's the nuance for that kind of thing, you know? Gavin gets 30 minutes of nuance to, you know, make everybody believe there something else is wrong. Something else is happening. Don't believe your lying eyes. Don't trust your lying ears. There's something wrong with your medulla oblongata, but whatever it is, don't be mad at Gavin. Gavin didn't do nothing. Putting in a lot of work right now.
This silly, stupid story is a perfect example of folk making assumptions, and they made racial assumptions in what he had to say, but they made racial assumptions of who was in the room, and all the folk who did look like fools because they were wrong. Congo, this is just stupid.
Yeah, this was one that when I saw it, I said that I need to wait before commenting on this because people can talk about a lot of issues with Gavin Newsom, but even though I couldn't really see him doing something like that or saying something like that in front of a bunch of black. Let me wait and see. I think also it's like it's black people playing on our own assumptions and stereotypes about ourselves, right? Because for us to automatically assume that because those comments were made.
Oh, so now it's black folk thinking black folk are stupid. Oh, it's good to know. Now black people are the ones calling black people. Gavin didn't call black people dumb. The black people who got offended by it are calling black people dumb. All right, that's very good to know. Thank you for that.
He was in front of a black audience talking about lack of intelligence and the like. That kind of plays to like what I wrote about in my Lies About Black People book in terms of the stereotypes that we tell ourselves. So I think that's problematic. But and thirdly, you're absolutely right about how in this media age, the inability to fact check and the inability to actually do research, so many people are rushing and they want to be rushed rather than be right. And that is a real big problem. And of course, you got AI and deep fakes and all of that other type of stuff out there as well. But this is just like basic journalism 101 as it relates to the research. People can talk about the comments, whether they're inappropriate, but to say that it was all black people and you ain't seen who was there, that's a problem. And so I think this is a good opportunity for a relatively light example, given all the other stuff that's going on, for all of us who are in this space to do a little bit of a reset and how we process information, how quick we are to share information, and how quick many of us are to not do our fact checks. I think this is a great example of that. And the way you're breaking it down and what Mark Lamont Hill did as well is extremely necessary. More of us need to be doing that before we jump to conclusions.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, speaking of jumping to conclusions, I think we should kind of move on to the next story here. And shout out to Ms. Cantrell. Everybody say thank you to the First Lady gifting out memberships. Welcome to the church, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming out. Hit that like button for me. Whoever got those memberships, thank you for coming through.
Get it again. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
Damn it, I was muted. But as you can hear, two of our most esteemed and beloved, well-known Black actors were on stage receiving or presenting for an award show, and they were violently and verbally assaulted in the most racially egregious manner known to mankind.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate.
And, you know, congratulations to these actors. They did not break character. They didn't crash out and get all black. They kept going. They handled it like professional actors. And congratulations to them. They did nothing wrong. They maintained their Black actor dignity. But everybody else who saw that is having a crash out right now.
Freedman Nation announces boycott of BAFTA and calls for non-participation. Freedman Nation formally announces a boycott of BAFTA and calls on all verified Freedmen, affiliated artists, filmmakers, and industry professionals to refrain from participating in any future BAFTA-affiliated awards or events. Recent events at the 2026 BAFTA Film Awards have revealed significant institutional failures in oversight, broadcast safeguards, and duty of care. Offensive language was permitted to reach a global audience during a live ceremony, and the handling of the situation has raised serious concerns regarding event management protocols and participant protection. While public explanations have referenced medical factors, institutional accountability remains essential. Global cultural platforms must ensure that live broadcast environments are structured with appropriate safeguards to prevent harm, protect attendees, and uphold professional standards. Responsibility does not disappear after the fact. Freedman Nation maintains that any institution hosting an international stage must demonstrate clear and enforceable broadcast delay and editorial safeguards, documented risk assessment procedures for live participants, immediate corrective measures when standards are breached,
How do you perform a risk assessment on the N-word? Do you do like one of those skull-shaped checks or whatever? Do you do a physiognomy check? You know, you look like you say the N-word. Like, how do you do a threat assessment on things like that?
Parent accountability to affected attendees. Until BAFTA demonstrates measurable reforms and institutional corrective action, Freedman Nation will not endorse or participate in BAFTA-affiliated events. This position is grounded in governance principles, not emotion. Institutions maintain legitimacy through structure, consistency, and enforceable standards, not apology alone.
You know, you just telling me that this decision is grounded in principle and not emotion doesn't actually mean it's grounded in principle and not emotion. It seems like an incredibly emotional thing. And again, I just got to say, shout out to the actors for, you know, not crashing out, especially Delroy. I know Delroy felt this moment in his bones. Delroy been here before.
Take hip hop. We talked about this on the show before. You have African American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't.
So say it.
Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it. I'm just saying that I can't.
Sure you can. Say it. Say it right now. I will say it with you.
Okay, this is hypocritical. You know we can't.
Sure you can. This is America. Both of you. Say it.
All right, I think we can move on.
Why move on when you want to say it? Both.
Take hip hop. We talked about this on the show before.
Come on, Delroy. Let the white man say nigga too.
At me, and it's very offensive words.
I'm one of the actors, and I swear I play John Davidson's lawyer. And if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. In the scene, I'm representing him because he's just got into trouble,
You know,
and I'm representing him. But at the
the
same
irony
time, he's
about this
hurling
whole
abuse at
the irony
me,
about this whole
and it's
thing,
very
y'all. Hold on, let
offensive
me
words.
reset
Now,
this. The irony about this whole thing too. Apparently, the guy in question who yelled the magical no word, he was there because he was producing a film about Tourette's. He has Tourette's, and he was making a film to bring awareness to Tourette's. And it almost makes you wonder if this was like a diabolical 3D chess move. Now everybody knows about my Tourette's movie, nigga.
Offensive words. I'm film, you know what I'm talking about. In the scene, I'm representing him because he's just got into trouble, and I'm representing him. But at the same time, he's hurling abuse at me, and it's very offensive words. Now, this is the condition, the disease of Tourette syndrome. John cannot control what he says. In fact, that's the whole point of why we're making this film. We've made this film, I swear, is to educate people about Tourette's syndrome. And how can you say that he can't be there at the awards? This is a film about his life. This is a film about him. Absolutely, he has to be there. And absolutely, it's great that he was there. And I don't know if some of the actors there were told in advance about someone with Tourette's being there. Hopefully they would have been told, therefore prepared for that kind of stuff that happened. Regardless, John has Tourette's. Enough said.
Is that me? Am I hearing like a Scottish accent coming from a black guy? This whole story is throwing me in so many different directions. Listen, a lot of amazing things are happening because of this story. Not only are we getting Scottish niggas, even Google is messing up on this thing. Somehow Google got caught up in the whole scandal too.
This is a screenshot from my very good friend, Lydia, that was in her notifications on her phone. I have made it a point to not curse on my page, but seriously, Google, what the fuck? We're tired. This is the worst Black History Month I have ever experienced in my entire life. This is shameful.
You heard the lady. You heard Keisha. Worst Black History Month ever. And if you can't read what's on your screen in front of you, that is a screenshot from a Google search or whatever. And it's talking about the whole Tourette's incident. And the red line, the red underline part, that literally says, see more on niggers. It says that. It really does say that. Google actually managed to get that past the algorithm somehow, some way. And Google, you're not helping, all right? The blacks are already pissed the hell off, Google. You are not helping. We expect better from Google in times of need.
John Davidson called 4 black people a nigger yesterday at the BAFTAs. The BAFTAs then intentionally edited their program and left this moment in. So when black people tell you about our experience with racism, you should shut up and listen. This is a phrase that we have been saying to white people for the last century. And this BAFTA situation with John Davidson and Tourette's has been very eye-opening. My comment section on my last video was a slew of white people telling me that I need to educate myself on Tourette's. It's not that big of a deal. You guys don't know what you're talking about. And I say to you, you are some of the most delusional people known to man. When black people are explaining to you our very valid feelings of racism, disrespect, and stripping us away from our dignity and humaneness, you should listen. One person who has a condition, who lives with a condition that is Tourette's, that is very real, doesn't get to gain his dignity at the cost of 2 other black men. Hannah Beekler, who was a set production designer on Sinners, let us know that he used that word more than once. He said it 3 different times to 4 different black people. The worst part about this is that all of you are ignoring the feelings of the black people and saying, oh, you just have to accept it because this man has Tourette's. I said it.
That's kind of that's how it works with handicapped people, isn't it though? I mean, listen, I don't have a handicap, so I'm not like an expert. But isn't that how we make allowances for handicapped people because they just can't do the things that regularly you don't have the same level of expectation from them because of whatever? Isn't that literally how it works though? Am I wrong? Is that not how things happen in a civilized society? We make allowances and exceptions for the handicapped and the afflicted and whatnot.
My last video, you can't control the tics. You can't control having a disorder, but he should definitely apologize. And we're not asking for him to apologize because of his disability that he lives with, because he can't control that. He needs to apologize for the harm that his actions caused on national TV. Secondly, the BAFTAs intentionally left this moment on air. It was filmed with a 2-hour delay. They edited out a part of a speech that said Free Palestine and talked about politics, but they intentionally left this in.
So they edited out the Free Palestine because we don't want the audience to hear that. But a random guy with Tourette's, he's like hard N-bomb. And they're like, well, you guys can handle it.
So once again, when Black people are telling you the intentionality behind racism, the subtleties behind racism, and just how we experience racism, the BAFTAs intentionally left this in. They said, oh, okay, it doesn't matter, they're Black. They can be called a racial slur. Let that had been something anti-Semitic, homophobic, anti-trans, like that's calling a spade, it would have been taken out. So,
you know what? I think Black people are finding out their true ranking in the liberal power scheme of things. Apparently, Tourette's outranks Blackness. Tourette's is a more powerful handicap than Blackness, all right? When you're Black, you're just a little bit handicapped. But then when you have like a medical condition or a psychological disorder, you're even more handicapped than the Black. So, I mean, look, I don't make the rules. I tell you guys all the time, I am not a rule maker. I am a rule observer, and I am observing the rules as they are being displayed.
You have to ask yourself, why do you feel the need to course correct and live with this righteous indignation to police how Black people are experiencing racism when you've never experienced it yourself? You are buying into this rhetoric and white supremacy that has been bestowed upon you that we don't matter. About
Oh, so now it's buying into white supremacy. If you're not bothered because some tarded guy said a crazy word, I mean, I don't think he's necessarily tarded. He made a movie apparently, but I'm associating it to that for a particular effect. Because I'm just saying sometimes he absolutely says tarded things, right? That's his affliction. I say uncontrollably tarded things from time to time. God, I wish I could stop. Shout out to Bluff City with the fireball. I thought Blacks were taking the power back. I guess that word still has power over the Blacks when the non-Blacks use it. Funny how that works. Yeah, it's not funny, actually. It's not funny at all, Bluff.
Can a nigga live? Can a nigga live? Please.
They gave a half-ass apology. John still hasn't apologized. This man called 4 Black people a nigger 3 times that night. No other person was called racial slurs. Were there other tics that got called out with curses? Yeah. Racial slurs? No. Happy Black History.
Oh, so you can drop all the F-bombs. You can use the B word. You can use the C word. You can say all the things, but you can't say the N word. It is an all-powerful magical talisman. It is the equivalent of saying Voldemort in a Harry Potter novel. The very utterance of the word gives more power to the dark being that you're mentioning. And so if we just don't say the word, then Voldemort may not actually come back to get us all. But if you say that word and Voldemort gets you, well, hell, that's on you. We tried to warn you. We tried to warn you. And you know what? I'm going to come back to this in a minute, but I just want you to know, because this is kind of how it looks online right now. a lot of black people are basically like, listen, don't let that handicap get your ass whipped. All right. I understand you got a doctor's note and all, but that's not going to stop me from whipping your ass. Okay. A lot of black people genuinely feel like that. And it's not a laughing matter. It's not exactly a benign threat. Black people will beat the hell out of handicapped people. Black folk will max out on a handicap nigga with very little to no questions asked. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've been up close to it. Hell, I was thinking about it myself one day. I'm like, if this big motherfucker don't get his ass away from me, I'm just saying, it's not unheard of that a nigga might take things a little bit far.
So John Davidson has released what appears to be an attempt to address his offensive slurs at the BAFTA without actually addressing it. Because what is this? This is not an apology. This has to be one of the whitest non-apology on racism to date. But are we allowed to talk about it? Am I allowed to talk about it? Because you guys have been at me all day with, oh my God, you're being ableist. Are we allowed to talk about it? Can we break it down? Or we're not allowed to because we must show compassion to his disability? We should just ignore the impact of what was said, how it's been handled, not just by him, but by BAFTA, by BBC, all of them. We should just ignore
What
that.
is the impact?
Everybody, look, he has a
What's the
disability.
impact, though?
And you should all go
When
educate
she says words like impact, as if like there's an actual impact crater, like, you know, when the meteor hits a part of the earth, there's a physical disruption to the ecosystem where it lands. Like there's a measurable amount of damage. There's ecological destruction and displacement. Like that's impact, right? Now, when a white man utters the N-word, even if he says it directly to a black man, even if he looks you dead in the eye and he slowly whispers the N-word to you, what is the impact? I'm just curious. What is the literally impact? When you say words like impact, I expect, you know, damage.
So John Davidson has released what appears to be an attempt to address his offensive slurs at the BAFTA without actually addressing it. Because what is this? This is not an apology. This has to be one of the whitest non-apology on racism to date. But are we allowed to talk about it? Am I allowed to talk about it? Because you guys have been at me all day with, oh my God, you're being ableist. Are we allowed to talk about it? Can we break it down? Or we're not allowed to because we must show compassion to his disability. We should just ignore the impact of what was said, how it's been handled, not just by him, but by BAFTA, by BBC, all of them. We should just ignore that because everybody, look, he has a disability. And you should all go educate yourself on his disability and leave him alone. Is that what you want us to do? Okay, so I'm not going to do that.
Well, isn't that what black people do to white people? Isn't that exactly what black people see? This is what happens when finally someone comes along with more privilege than you. You niggas thought you had privileges until a real tard shows up, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, hold up. What do you mean I have to just understand he's a real tard and I just have to learn to live with it? Yes. You don't know his struggle. You don't know what it was like for him. He was all his life, he's been oppressed by people who know how to actually hold their tongue. He's been oppressed by people who understand and have mastered the proper English language. You thought you had privilege, and that now the King Tard shows up and all your privilege is gone, and now you mad. Now you niggas is mad. You want your privilege back, don't you? You niggas want your privilege back. Well, you can't have your privilege back.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
When my life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
What I am going to do is I'm going to talk about this. This is an insult. This right here is an insult, because this is white people speak for, oh no, you know, I'm not being racist, but I regret that you think that I intentionally did this, when racism does not require intent to be racist. I stand by what I said in my earlier video when I said he was being racist, because what he said was objectively and overtly racist. He used the N-word at 4 Black people. Yes, his Tourette syndrome is real.
And 4
yes,
Black people? He used, so did he use the N-word 4 different times like a sniper? Or did he just line them up for one shotgun blast N-bomb? Like, now I'm curious about the logistics of it. The more you complain about it, the more I want to know.
What he said was objectively and overtly racist. He used the N-word at 4 Black people. Yes, his Tourette syndrome is real. And yes, the use of the N-word at 4 Black people is also racist. His Tourette syndrome does not absolve him of racism, which I think he thinks it does by the measure of his non-apology. All the Tourette syndrome does is act as a mitigating circumstance to explain how it happened, not justify why it happened. So tell me, is this his Tourette syndrome or is this him? Are you going to excuse away this insult?
You know, I'm wondering if Tourette's, because I've seen this on the internet. I've totally seen people making this connection, and it's very ironic. Is Tourette's the new per capita? Is Tourette, do Black people think Tourette's is just something white people made up so they can get away with saying N-words and shit like that? Is this just white people being clever? I'm starting to listen. What if Black people really stop believing in Tourette's because of this? Like, nah, you niggas just been lying this whole time.
Or are you going to say, okay, listen, this is written, this would have gone through, a number of set of eyes before it reached the news platforms and finally got to us, the consumers of the information. And nobody thought he should have just said, I am sorry. No one's expecting him to apologize for his disability. Why would anybody expect that? But there are consequences, the impact of saying those words. That yes, the Tourette syndrome, it happened out of its control, but there was an impact. You say,
and that's the thing. You want to create the impact by forcing him to suffer consequences, because without him actually paying any price, there is no real consequence. There is no real impact. It's just a bunch of hurt feelings. And this is really the deep thing. And we when I think about, I forget her name, it was a Heather Andrews, some lady recently was talking about what wokeness really means on a practical level, how it's just basically female emotions dominating all of our institution. That's literally what's happening right here. Nothing of value was actually harmed. Nothing was literally harmed. It's purely an emotional situation. A word was said and you feel a way about it, and now you want that man to suffer a real world consequence because your feelings are hurt. And see, it's shit like that that makes me think that Black really does code as girl in a lot of ways, and I hate that about that.
I am sorry. Why was that too much to say? This is exactly how racist white people speak. So you guys do you. By all means, turn a blind eye. Don't talk about it because you don't want to be called ableist, or you want to show more compassion by weaponizing his disability to erase lived experiences of racism of Black people, where I'm not going to join you in your foolishness. At least I'm being consistent, because I don't remember any of you calling me an ableist when I called out Kanye West as an anti-Semitic Black man, a racial gatekeeping fool. None of you said, oh my God, you shouldn't say that, you know.
Did Kanye have Tourette's? That would be so funny if Kanye comes out and says, listen, I have Tourette's and all my niggas HH. That would be really testing the bounds, though. Kanye, you should do it. Kanye, if you can hear me, you have Tourette's now. It's okay.
Ableist. None of you went to Jewish people and said, take it on the chin. You know, he has a disability. We must show him compassion. Think about his bipolar disorder. None of that happened. Why? Kanye's anti-Semitism to Jewish people and John Davidson's racism to Black people both have real impact. But it appears that one group is allowed to express outrage despite the disability of the perpetrator, while the other group is not allowed to because we must show compassion to the perpetrator. Okay, I will not join you in your foolishness.
Yeah, Africa's big, man. Africa's big, man. And even white folks are kind of torn on this whole thing. Watching the white folks struggle with the reality of the disability versus the quote reality of Black people's feelings and shit.
I'm just going to speak about some of the things that I've read online that seem to suggest that deep down somewhere these are actually John's views. And yes, he did tick, but what he said came from a place of them actually being his views. I'm slim, I'm a size 10 and I'm white, and I have a son who's diagnosed, and when he's kind of off baseline, he will refer to me as a fat N-word. And I think that really makes us think about intent and how, of course, my son doesn't intend to say.
So this white woman has a son with Tourette's, and she's a slim white woman, and her son with Tourette's calls her a fat N-word.
Off baseline, he will refer to me as a fat N-word. And
hilarious, by the way. I would love to see that in passing once or twice, just randomly out in the wild.
I think that really makes us think about intent and how, of course, my son doesn't intend to say what he says to me, because one, it's not true, and two, I just know that he absolutely wouldn't dream of saying that word. It's almost as if it's the worst word that he could think to use. And when he's kind of like doing it, it's almost as if it's the one thing that he really doesn't want to say.
I think both John has been let down by it being broadcast, and I think the certainly the Black actors who happened to be on stage when it happened, and any other people in the audience who took offence, they've been let down as well, because you can't stop what happened in the moment, because it was the moment, so that happened. But you're right. Everybody involved has been let down, I think.
I think I think white people are genuinely surprised that Black people want to beat up the Tourette's guy. But white people are really struggling to understand why.
For people saying that he's a racist, I find that so sad.
Yes,
and
I
so
do too.
Unfortunate.
I do.
That they've missed.
Well, I don't want to split this particular hair. I don't know that it can be stated with full certainty that no racist with Tourette's would never do this. But anyone who knows anything about John's story knows that certainly is not something that he suffers from.
I watched his film last night.
You did,
and I will stand by that.
Yeah.
Also,
she watched his movie, so she knows for a fact he can't be a racist. Nobody who makes good art could be a racist. It's impossible to be racist and to make good art, apparently.
Not forget the power of the N-word. The power of the N-word and how it hit.
What I'm fucking curious. What is the power? So much power. I have the power.
Suffers
Absolutely.
from.
I watched his film last night.
You did,
and I will stand by that.
Yeah.
Also, let's not forget the power of the N-word. The power of the N-word and how it hit those two actors at the top of their game. So there was a possibility that
how it hit those two actors at the top of their game. Let's take a look at them getting hit. I have the exact moment when they got hit with the N-word. This is the moment where Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan got hit with the full, unbridled power of the N-word. I bet you that old white guy was in his chair like Goku, just charging up a spirit bomb. I think it was sitting there for 40 minutes just No. He was charging that shit up like a spirit bomb. And then one day at the most perfect moment, it hit him. He finally caught these niggas off guard. And he just called him, nigga! And look at him. That's the face you make when you get hit with the full, unrestrained power of an N-bomb. They're literally dying on the stage right now in front of us. They died that night in front of everybody. They literally died. But because they're actually great actors, you didn't even know. You didn't even know it. The funeral was yesterday. These niggas are dead now. These niggas are completely dead now. They got smacked with an atomic N-bomb and they just died inside. And we had to bury them like after the show was over. We had, the show must go on and all that shit. But that must be the impact she's talking about. It literally killed them niggas.
He suffers
Absolutely.
from.
I watched his film last night.
You did.
And I will stand by that.
Yeah.
Also, let's not forget the power of the N-word. The power of the N-word and how it hit those two actors at the top of their game. So there was a possibility that he could say that. Prepare yourself.
What's the worst thing that can happen? Right, everyone gather around, sitting here in the room. What's the worst thing that could happen? Wouldn't have been that anyone who's seen the film would not have leapt up in shock at the suggestion that he...
What's the worst thing that could happen? Niggas might chimp out. I mean, that is a legitimate fear. Anything to stop the niggas from chimping out.
He might shout out the N-word when black actors are on the stage.
James, can I also say, if that was to British actors, it would have died down a lot quicker. The British are very good at brushing over the N-word.
Yeah.
They're very good. The African Americans and America, they don't play with that. But we...
I think you're right. I think you're right. And it's not baked.
It's not your word. It's our word, all right? We took that word long time ago. We stole that word. We had to reclaim that word back from Willie Lynch. We stole that word from Willie Lynch, and we're not giving away to you pawn hopping black people. We're not doing that. This is our word. Pawn hopping niggas don't know what the N-word's about. You don't understand the power of the N-word. You wasn't there on the plantation when we stole that word from Willie Lynch. You wasn't there, nigga. You don't know what it's like.
Gregory, you've talked about the negativity online, and we've all seen it. I'm going to read one message to you, if I may, Greg.
Of course.
This is a woman on X called Evangeline. She says, "You cannot call me the N-word for any reason. I will not accept Tourette's as an excuse for that. I simply won't. Go to hell." What would you say to her?
The unfortunate use there of a particular word sort of highlights this, which is excuse. Tourette's is not an excuse. It is a medical, neurological condition that causes totally and utterly involuntary
I don't want to say the word. My body compels me to say the word, all right? I have a neurological condition where my brain makes my body say the word. It's not my fault, all right? I have genetic racism. It's an affliction. I wish I wasn't genetically racist, okay? And the doctors at Carnegie Mellon have spent $500 million trying to cure my genetic racism, and they keep coming up with nothing. And so I'm just cursed with this genetic racism. It's like congenital racism. I was born this way, you know?
outbursts, physical and vocal. There wasn't any premeditation behind what John said. And yes, it was incredibly sad that it got said. And I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But at the same time, that was not directed by John in any way. It was the equivalent of, I would say, like sneezing. And unfortunately, that was totally uncontrollable from.
I can relate to that. I'm sure a bunch of you guys, how many times have you guys sneezed and he accidentally dropped the N-bomb? Like, that shit happens. I mean, every now and then you get something like some dust in your nose and an N-bomb comes out.
John, It's sad that we're still in a situation where what someone can say with coprolalia and Tourette's can still be misconstrued as something that they themselves feel or, again, want to express.
Right.
And yeah, it's hard to separate those two feelings for people. So I understand the upset, and I truly do, but I think there is a long road to go for people to truly accept that this was not something John wanted to say.
Liberals are really having a hard time trying to understand how black people are so angry. Like he has a condition. Oh my God. What is wrong with you niggas? How many times do I have to tell you niggas that this nigga has a condition? Oh, this is so fucking funny.
Yesterday, I was busy, so I couldn't make the BAFTAs. But anywhere you find the apparently newly cautious BBC, you will find me there in spirit. The BAFTA Awards took place last night after cautious security planning and editorial practices and guidelines were put in place to curb any political statements and language that people may find offensive. Apparently, somebody ruined it for everybody last year.
Shut the fuck up!
But why then is it that the shouting of a racial slur by a white man with Tourette syndrome whilst two black actors, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, were on stage presenting an award, managed to make the final TV edit?
For a vital part of movie making.
Whilst Akinola Davies Jr., a black director accepting an award later that night, had his statement of Free Palestine cut from the final TV edit.
For Nigeria, for London, the Congo, Sudan, Free Palestine, thank you.
A statement that is not racially insensitive or discriminatory and is actually a very mild humanitarian call for freedom. Now, I'm aware of the symptoms of Tourette syndrome, so what I'm really concerned with is not the actions of a man with a very complicated neurological condition, but the decision by a broadcasting company embroiled in scandals to leave that racial slur in the final edit, but remove a call for freedom, which means even after all of their preemptive planning for censorship, a decision was made to leave one and remove the other. Now, could it be that they...
Maybe somebody decided that the N-bomb under that particular circumstance isn't that big of a deal. Now, I'm not going to say Palestine isn't that big of a deal, but I'm just saying maybe that whoever made that decision, whoever that person was, they just decided that we're all mature enough to handle a random N-bomb from a guy with a condition.
Left it in with the desire to highlight the complex nature and reality of living with Tourette syndrome in daily life? Doubtful. Could it be another BBC blunder? Could it be that black people are just fair game to the BBC? Always. But could it be something far more sinister?
Could it be something far more sinister? You know what? And again, this is what white liberals just, you don't understand about the blacks, man. They take this shit very seriously. It's not a game. These niggas don't play.
Make sure you tell your son to watch his mouth. You're using derogatory terms.
He's not my son.
Well, whoever he is.
He has a special needs.
Well,
You cannot make him stop.
He can listen. Handicapped white people can get it too. I don't think you liberals understand what you're dealing with. I don't think you liberals know the rules of the game that you're trying to play now, all right? Handicapped white people are going to get it too. That's the only way to make it right.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn, I'm not. All right.
Make sure you tell your son to watch his mouth. You're using derogatory terms.
He's not my son.
Well, whoever he is.
He has a special needs.
Well,
You cannot make him stop.
he can stop saying that. How did he learn the word?
He learned it from people at school.
So why he
His
using
family
it?
doesn't talk like that.
He learned it from you niggas. That's who we learned the word from. I promise you, most white people hear that word more from black people than they ever do from white people. Most American white folk have been trained away from that word. They've been literally beaten back off that word. So if you hear it a lot, you know a lot of black people.
So why he using it against other people?
He's special needs, sir.
But he
Do you
know.
understand that?
So why he knows to call me? Come on, man, get out of here. You're on camera.
You don't understand.
I don't.
You don't understand. She doesn't understand either. Listen. I think this is a great time for liberals to have a learning lesson. This is a learning experience for liberal, progressive, white America. Black people don't respect your handicaps. Handicaps are literally a Western phenomenon. Outside of the Western world, nobody respects handicaps, all right? Anybody can get it, and especially amongst the black people. We don't do that handicap shit, all right? I was just thinking about a story from a long time ago, too. Like, damn, I remember one time niggas snatched somebody out of a wheelchair. That shit was crazy, too. But, like, yeah, bro, niggas do not respect the handicap. I don't know white folk. I don't understand why white folk don't understand that about the blacks. Like, it's an observable phenomenon. Niggas don't really respect handicap.
So why he using
Family
it?
doesn't talk like that.
So why he using it against other people?
He's special needs, sir.
But he
Do you
know.
understand that?
So why he knows to call me? Come on, man, get out of here. You're on camera.
You don't understand.
I don't
He
need to
has the
understand.
genetic.
Hey, listen, if you're at a mall and you see a piece of shit car parked in a handicap spot without any handicap sticker, 70-30 black guy. 70-30 black guy. Niggas don't respect handicap is all I'm saying. That shit is like a suggestion.
Disorder.
But he's smart enough to
His brain
know.
is not right.
But he knows where to use it.
Look, and you really gonna look at this kid.
Come on, man.
You
get
really
out.
gonna look at this kid and say, well, he's smart enough to know. You see what I mean? You see what I mean about niggas? You really gonna look at this, of all people, you gonna look at him. The nigga's probably 38 years old, by the way. You gonna look at him and be like, he's smart enough to know. No, but he's not smart enough to anything. He's not smart enough to anything. That's the whole point.
Like that.
So why he using it against other people?
He's special needs, sir.
But he
Do you
know.
understand
But
that?
so why?
It really is tard on tard violence. I swear to God. Ketanji Brown Jackson said black people have a disability, and I hated her for that. But now I keep thinking about it. I swear to God, because this shit really looks like a tard on tard situation. It's a big tard versus a little tard. Good thing the little tard had an escort. He was in trouble. The big tard would have got him.
Make sure you tell your son to watch his mouth. He's using derogatory terms.
He's not my son.
Well, whoever he is,
He is a special needs.
well,
You cannot make him stop.
he can stop saying that. How did he learn the word?
He learned it from people at school.
So why he
His
using
family
it?
doesn't talk like that.
So why he using it against other people?
He's special needs, sir.
But
Do
he
you
know.
understand
But
that?
so why he knows to call me? Come on, man, get out of here. You're on camera.
You don't understand.
I don't
He
need to
has a
understand.
genetic disorder.
But he's smart enough
His
to
brain
know.
is not right.
But he knows where to use the word
Okay,
at,
leave me alone.
and who to use it to.
Leave me alone.
Then get out of here.
Anything. I said Mickey Mouse.
What did he say? Hold on. Did he say it again? No, let me find out. We got a base tard. Did he say it again on the way out? Now I'm starting to think he did know what he was doing. Hold up.
Anything. I said Mickey Mouse.
I say nigga now. Hold on. What am I hearing?
Smart enough to
Brain
know.
is not right.
But he knows where to use the word.
I totally believe you that his brain is not right, but I swear to God, he just said nigga now. I swear to God, he just said it again. He just said it again. I think he knows what he's doing.
It's a genetic disorder.
But he's smart enough
His
to
brain
know.
is not right.
But he knows where to use the word
Okay,
at,
leave me alone.
and who to use it to.
Leave me alone.
Then get out of here.
Anything. I said Mickey Mouse.
I said midget.
That nigga's so bad right now. That nigga's so bad. I'm not being fooled. Listen, you crackers fooled me before. I'm not gonna let you crackers fool me again, all right?
I said Mickey Mouse.
He called him a niggy mouse. No. He called him a niggy mouse. I know what I heard, all right? I got headphones on and everything. I could distinctly heard him call him a niggy mouse, all right? This is the most base-tarded kid ever. I love this little guy now. I love this little tarded kid now.
You're on camera.
You don't understand.
I don't
He
need to
has a
understand.
genetic disorder.
But he's smart enough
His
to
brain
know.
is not right.
But he knows where to use the word
Okay,
at.
leave me alone.
And who to use it to.
Leave me alone.
I can't believe he actually said, well, he's smart enough to know that. I'm telling you, bro, this is a tard on tard moment. Tard on tard violence really is a big problem in the community. But because mental issues and shit like that doesn't really go diagnosed properly or treated properly, I promise you, a lot of the violence in Black America is literally tard on tard violence, bro.
His family doesn't talk like that.
So why he using it against other people?
He's special needs, sir.
But he
You
knows.
understand
But
that?
so why he knows to call me? Come on, man, get out of here. You're on camera.
You don't understand.
I don't need to.
He doesn't understand. Neither one of them understand, ma'am. The little ones are tard, the big ones are tard. They're both tarded. Neither one of them understand, ma'am.
Man, get out of here. You're on camera.
You don't understand.
I don't
He
need to
has a
understand.
genetic disorder.
But he's smart enough
His
to
brain
know.
is not right.
But he knows where to use the word
Okay,
at. And
leave me alone.
And who to use it to.
Leave me alone.
Then get out of here.
Anything. I said Mickey Mouse.
I said midget.
Mickey Mouse.
And he got him on the way out the door. He got him on the way out the door. I can let the little tard get the last laugh. God damn it. God damn it. Oh my God. He let the tard win. Oh.
Can a nigga live? Can a nigga live? Please.
Right out the door. His last step out the door. He looked over his little crooked shoulder like nigga mouse. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't. If this wasn't recorded, you wouldn't think it was true. You wouldn't have thought it would happen. He really hit him with the niggy mouse over his crippled shoulder. He looked back over his crooked shoulder. He was like, niggy mouse, and then they booked it to the car. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't listen. I tried to tell y'all though, Black folk don't really play about the handicaps, man. We don't really respect your handicaps. That's totally white people culture.
Okay, I think I'm ready now. All right, so what would you like to order? Scoot a little closer. Come on, get together. Slut. What did you just say to me, little girl? Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. This student has Tourette's. Slut. You a slut. Whoa, sir. This girl cannot control that she says that. You cannot talk to her like that. Whoa. Why your hand up? What you trying to get into? What you trying to start right now? What? Sir, that is a disabled child. Like, what is wrong with you? Do you not understand that? Got a staring problem, tough guy? Sir, he is blind. Like, what? Are you serious right now? These are special needs kids. Okay, I think I'm ready now. All right, so what would you like to order? Scoot a little closer. Come on, get together. Slut. What did you just say to me, little girl?
I told you, Black folk don't really handicaps. I'm telling you, like it's a white people thing. And the funny thing is, there are Black people who have Tourette's. It's not like it's a complete white affliction. You know, it's not like only the Caucasus get it. You know what I mean? You have to descend from the Caucasus mountain to get. No. Niggas have Tourette's too.
Ignore how I look right now. Critical retention. I am not feeling too great. However, there is something I have been asked to talk about.
Part of movie making.
And that is going to be the BAFTA situation.
All right, I gotta know which one of y'all going. Because she's not totally ugly, but she is a little bit out there. Which one of y'all going? You know the kinds of things she's gonna say to you in bed. One of you niggas is going. I can't go, but which one of y'all are going? You thought it was just Ebonics. See, Snowman's going. That's just Snowman's excuse. He just had to say something. Snowman's going. Look, does she do it? You know she does. That Holiday's going.
I have been seeing a bunch of outrage about it, people saying, oh, well, why would that even be in his vocabulary? He did that on purpose and all of this stuff, and that racism is to excuse. Very bitch sad day for the Tourette syndrome community, especially for the ones that have coprolalia, because when you come online and you see thousands of people hating on your condition, specifically coprolalia, because that's something that is already very embarrassing for all of us. Not going to say that people can't be offended by the fact that somebody said the N-word as a tick. However, it's not something that somebody can control. It's not something that somebody wants to say. And I've been seeing a lot of people be like, well, he said it like when the crowd went silent. That is most likely when a tick is going to happen when you're in public, when you're in complete silence, or when you're trying not to say or do something. We must understand what coprolalia is. Coprolalia causes involuntary swearing and inappropriate tics. This can include the N-word, slurs, etc. I am a Black person, and even I have the N-word tick and slurs as tics. This is something I don't see many talk about because of situations like this. Is it
not a built-in ceiling bird? Come on, bro. Not the built-in ceiling bird. All you niggas is horrible people.
Shut up! That it happened in public in front of that entire crowd, specifically to Michael B. Jordan and the other presenter. I'm so sorry, I do not know his name. I wish I did, but no disrespect to him. I just am not too aware. Yes, it is a very unfortunate situation. Seeing so many people say that they would invoke violence against people with coprolalia if they can't control their tics. That's ableism. The fucked up thing that this happens, yes, but it's something that we can't control. Aggression in the brain being triggered. Shut up. And ultimately causing.
Okay, that last line was a bar. That last line was a bar. Hold on, we got to run that last line back. She was spitting. Shorty was cooking just now.
Can't control. Aggression in the brain being triggered.
Yo, she was cooking right there. That was a bar.
Aggression in the brain being triggered. Shut up. And ultimately causing inappropriate tics.
Nah, we got to put that on a mixtape. She got to be on a mixtape. Datpiff.com. She got to be on some type of cut track. She got to be on somebody's ad lib. That was a bar.
Can't control. Aggression in the brain being triggered. Shut up. And ultimately causing inappropriate tics. Michael B. Jordan and the other presenter have the right to be upset, especially if they were not aware. However, we need to understand and educate ourselves. And on my videos, I constantly see people saying, oh my God, it's so funny. If I had cursing tics, I would be laughing all the time.
Oh my God, really? SKC wants to know what happens when a Tourette person is on hard drugs. That sounds like things that they did in Auschwitz, right? That sounds like one of those Joseph Mengele experiments, you know? We're going to take this person with Tourette's and give them meth. Let's see what happens when you combine meth and Tourette's. That sounds like some old World War II forbidden experiment. Shout out to Dick Dog with the 5-ball. I knew they didn't see handicaps when they started calling autistic people lames. Wow.
How do it equivalate?
I'm just here to report the news, man. I noticed when this whole scandal broke on the news the other night, a lot of the white liberal people were genuinely like, why are the blacks like this? Listen, black people just don't understand, nor do we believe in the white man's handicaps. We think y'all be lying about most of this shit anyway, so like, no, we're not going.
But when people actually have cursing tics, then it's offensive and they're a bad person and this and that, the third. We need to do better. We need to educate ourselves better. This is not me saying that people don't have the right to be offended. However, you can't be offended when a disabled person is disabled. I might make a part 2 to this. There's a lot that I need to say, but...
Don't nobody really want to hear you talk. Niggas just want to hear you giggle and chirp and whistle and shit. I bet if you just drop like a 3-minute video of you wiggling and giggling and chirping and hiccuping and shit, it would do numbers. That shit would get like 100,000 views. Cause you niggas nasty.
No race, no denomination, no gender, no sexuality, no religion is safe when I come out. I am not a racist. I am a Tourettist, but I'm not a racist.
Just walking around saying Chinese, random Chinese stuff. You know the thing is, maybe this is how you help. Maybe this is how you solve the problem, right? We need to show black people more black people with Tourette's. Because you know what they say. Niggas say niggas make everything cool. Niggas need to make Tourette's cool, all right? Black people got to make Tourette's cool. And that way y'all can stop being all in your feelings.
You want some pork? You want some pork? You want some pork? I'm so sorry, sir. I have Tourette syndrome.
Damn it. Shit, lady. Shit, I don't even know. Can I touch the pork?
Do what?
Can I get a one?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I got a duck. Get down. Get low in this motherfucker. You want some?
Should we say hi? No.
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 No, look at him. Hell no.
Oh, shit.
Hell no. Hell, you said protect you, didn't you? I'm protecting you. Fuck you.
Oh.
I need to Google how do I help T-Rex.
Did you just say T-Rex?
She got T-Rex. She got T-Rex and he's still trying to hit that low key. He is still trying to hit that because you niggas is terrible. Can't take you niggas nowhere. He like, I'm trying to Google how to mac a bitch with T-Rex. Who knows where Google will take him? He literally typed in T-Rex and Google about to tell him some wild shit.
Tourette's.
Oh, Tourette. Tourette.
T-Rex.
Oh.
You're funny.
Look at this nigga. He tried to hit the T-Rex lady. Look at him. He girl, you cute, girl. He really trying to hit the T-Rex lady, man.
You're funny. Oh my god. Okay, so let me see your tattoos. You got them all over your face and whatnot.
Oh, damn. She like his tattoos? She's totally a goer. She's a goer. That's probably how she got that black eye. She's a goer.
Look up. Go that way. Oh, wow, you got them on your neck.
Yeah.
Look that way. Oh, wow, you got them all over this neck, too.
It's the same neck, you goofy hoe. God damn it. This better not be the beginning of a really bizarre adult movie. 30 seconds later, this is like a really bizarre adult film.
No,
No, yeah. Sorry.
I've never had no Uber like this. Shit. Put my seatbelt on.
What type of Uber lets you ride in the front seat? This must be one of them Ubers where you traded her for some drugs. Ubers don't just let you in the front seat unless, you know, this is an unofficial Uber type of situation. And I don't know if you survive long as an Uber driver with Tourette's. You'd get reported.
Sorry.
Woo! Shit! I thought you was off. Get out! You know, what you say, call it?
Tourette's syndrome.
Tourette.
Yeah, you just had T-Rex.
T-Rex. That's what I'm thinking of.
They about to bond over that T-Rex shit. She about to throw that T-Rex on him. She definitely want to throw that T-Rex on him. She don't get a lot of opportunities to be herself.
Hey.
You gonna let nothing happen to me, right?
I promise. Not on my watch. Not on duty. Not.
Yeah, y'all definitely look like y'all going to buy some drugs. This has all the feels of a going to buy drugs video.
on duty.
Not on. Oh, you're so nice. You got my back.
Yeah, I got your back.
She looked nervous like a white lady in a bad, rough black neighborhood too. He like, I'm going to protect you, T-Rex. You be all right. This video looks very suspect now that I know what I'm looking. I'm seeing familiar signs here. Look at that. Church in the background. Yeah, you in the ghetto. The church got barbed wire and metal, got iron, black metal gate and barbed wire around it. I know exactly what type of neighborhood you're in, lady. Even the church is like, we need a little bit more than Jesus in this neighborhood.
In the hood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a left. That's the fuck up out of hood.
Okay.
I'm just playing. These some dang that it don't be like that down here though. Like it do, but it don't. Not on my watch. That ain't from why I'm around. Bitches. They ain't nothing but some bitches. People who be like that. They some
bitches.
They some hoes. They grew up with a sassy attitude like a bitch. This they power. It's a bunch of bitches.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're not a bitch.
No.
I think you're awesome.
I'm telling you, the T-Rex lady is into him. She trying to put that T-Rex on him. This is wild. And he's totally with it. The nigga imagining shit. He's like, I ain't never hit a T-Rex before.
I'm gonna choke on my pork rind. Damn.
That has to be one of the blackest phrases you've ever heard in your life. I almost choked on my pork rind. The levels of negritude that we've descended to in this one video.
You ain't gonna have no more.
I love pork rinds, man.
I do too.
So you've been here in St. Louis your whole life?
Yep. Around this area.
Huh?
Around this area.
And this is
But I
called the
moved out
hood?
yeah.
I'm not from here. Is it kind of dangerous? So, like, say if I want to go for a walk.
Not over here.
No.
They gonna run from me. You not gonna run from them. They gonna run from you.
Why?
Cause they'll think you the police. You okay? Damn. I got scared. I never seen nobody with this shit in my life. My mom and them used to live over here too, though. I had moved them from over here. I'm a rapper.
You're a rapper? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut your damn mouth.
I had to make sure I wasn't getting pregnant first.
Oh, well, the ride's not over. You know, say,
Ooh, you in danger, boy. I'm trying to tell you, you is in danger, boy. Where the hell is y'all going? This is a long-ass Uber ride.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Not from here.
God damn.
What? Did I do that wrong?
No, you did.
Yeah.
That's what I would have did, but shit, you scared me.
Oh.
Shit. How many more minutes we got?
You said how many more minutes do we
Yeah.
All right, so what's your rapper name?
D. CEO-D. CEO-D-E.
What is it?
C.
What?
CEO. Like
CEO.
the CEO of a company.
Okay,
And my
CEO.
name D. So like CEO-D.
CEO-D.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay, CEO-D. Or now, where can I listen to your music at?
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
Oh, you're all up on there. St. Louis. Okay, and we went through the hood.
And she was tripping, man.
All right.
She gotta show you a video. I bet she locked the door. Nah.
Look at the background. This looks like one of the blocks from The Wire. This is like Marlowe's Corner.
Nah. She wanted to say some shit. She didn't. She was tougher than me, shit. She was tougher than me. Fuck. I said, man, I gotta protect her now. Damn.
He's like, you fine with me, okay? I'm gonna have you back.
Yeah.
I got you back.
Your guardian angel in the physical form.
Man.
She's busting.
Man.
That's funny.
All right, I love you. Peace out.
All right, bro.
All right, love you, love, man.
Love,
Big
bro.
Dude. Right on.
All right, TT, you be safe, all right?
Okay. Okay, now you're gonna remember me whenever you go big, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't mean like yes,
Miss Gigi.
okay?
Miss Gigi, I'm already remember.
Oh, he called me Gigi.
The drug ride is now complete.
He called me Gigi.
Oh, wow. This video has so many interesting twists and turns to it, man. But we're going to wrap this one up here today, guys. Thank y'all for coming out today. This has been Black People vs. Tourette's. And like I said, man, just in case you weren't told before, now you know. Niggas don't respect your handicaps and shit like that. Niggas don't respect pronouns, handicaps, none of that shit. None of those things. So don't let your handicap get you beat up by a pack of Black people, all right? Don't let your handicap get you, in trouble with Jamal and them. Not everybody is an actor like Delroy and Michael B. Jordan. They might not be able to handle it. Them niggas just might break character, and then, then you're going to be like, hey, I have a disability. It's not going to save you. All right? Just so you know. Just so you know, I don't want there to be any discrepancies later on. You heard it here first. So appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button on your way out. Throw $1 in the hat. I am done.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help Black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.